Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we have this Olympiad challenge. It's a it's a Spanish Olympiad question where we have 2 to the power of n minus 2 to the power of n equals to 4018. So what will be the values of m and n? And of course, I need to quickly explain something that for this equation to be true, first thing is that n must be less than m. It's another way of saying n must be greater than m. And then we need to know by how much, if m is less than n, for this to be true, by what it implies is that n will be greater than m. And if n is greater than m, so by how much is n greater than m? So we can just go ahead and say, let's say for example, n is greater than m by a certain number k. So we can say that n equal to m plus k. Okay, so this is very important. So having said this, we can go ahead and provide the solution now. So we have 2 to the power of n minus 2 to the power of n equals to 4080. And then based on what we just said here, we can say that n is m plus k. So we have 2 to the power of m plus k minus 2 to the power of m equals to 4080. So I'm going to rewrite this. Of course, we know that in indices, if we have a to the power of x plus y, this is the same thing as saying a to the power of x times a to the power of y. So I'm going to apply this rule to this particular term here. So we have, this becomes 2 to the power of m times 2 to the power of k minus 2 to the power of m equal to 4080. Now, since we've seen that 2 to the power of m is common, so we're going to say 2 to the power of m, open bracket, 2 to the power of k, and then of course, if I divide, yes, the k is the result of dividing 2 to the power of m times 2 to the power of k by 2 to the power of m. So I'll get this. Then if I divide 2 to the power of m by 2 to the power of m, I'm going to get minus 1. Minus 1 here equal to 4080. So from here now I can just move over my solution to this end. So from here now, we need to find, if you can see that the left hand side is in terms of factors, 2 factors. Same way, I'm going to express 4080 in factor form. So I'm going to have 4080. First, since the last figure is 0, it means it is divisible by 2. So we have 2040. This is also divisible by 2. 10, 0, and 1, 0, 2, 0, still divisible by 2. We have 5, 10, still divisible by 2. And then we have 2, 5, 5. Okay, I think I should just stop it here for now. So it means that 4080 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 4. That 1, 2, 3, 4 times 2, 5, 5. Okay, so I can now come here and rewrite. I come here now and rewrite my equation as 2 to the power of m times 2 to the power of k minus 1 equal to 4000. So I'm going to replace, okay, that's 4080. So here I'm having 2 to the power of m, open bracket, 2 to the power of k minus 1 equal to, so I'm going to replace this 2 to the power of 4 times 255. Okay, so let me make some space here so that we have a clean space to work with. Now, we need to understand the fact that any number that has a base of 2 is always even, irrespective of what the index is. For example, 2 to the power of 0 is okay. Only in this exception we have 1. Okay, so except if the power is 0 or negative. So if I have 2 to the power of 1, it's going to give me what? 2. 2 to the power of 2 is going to give me 4. 2 to the power of 3 is going to give me 8. 2 to the power of 4 is 16. 2 to the power of 5 is 32. So except in the case when you have 0, and then of course we have negative indices, and for what we have here, m cannot be negative. Okay, m cannot be negative, so it's going to be positive, and it's not cannot be 0. So we have to also say that number here, we have to also say that m cannot be less than 0. Okay, no, m cannot be equal to 0, and then of course m can not be equal to 0. That is very important. And then of course m cannot be less than 0. M cannot also be less than 0. So this is very important. It's very, very important I make mention of this. So if this is the case, if this equation is subject to these two conditions here, then we can say that we compare both sides. So it means that, so I'm going to bring down 2 to the power of m, bracket 2 to the power of k minus 1 equals to 2 to the power of 4 times 255. Of course, so here is going to be even, this will be odd. Of course, when you subtract 1, it's going to be odd. So this is even, and then of course this is odd. So if you compare odd and even and odd and odd, so what we're going to do is that what we'll get is that we'll come back here. So we'll come back here and say, so if these conditions is met, you can say that 2 to the power of m equal to 2 to the power of 4. And then of course base and base will cancel out on both sides, so m equal to 4. And then of course, if you compare odd and odd, this is comparing even and even, and I compare odd and odd, so we're going to have it that 2 to the power of k minus 1, 2 to the power of k minus 1 equal to 255. So this comes over here, so you have 2 to the power of k equal to 255 plus 1, and then 2 to the power of k equal to 256. So 2 to the power of k will be equal to 2 to the power of 8. 256 is 2 to the power of 8. So base 2 will cancel out on both sides, so k equal to 8. Now if k is equal to 8, don't forget we have to find the values of m and n. So we know the value of m, but we know that n equals to n plus k. So we have, let's say, recall that n is equal to m plus k, so that m is 4 and k equal to 8. So it means that n equal to 12. Therefore, we can conclude by saying that m equal to 4 and then n equal to 12. So this is the solution to this Spanish Olympiad question. So guys, this is where we come to the end of today's class. Please, if you are coming across my video or my channel for the first time, please consider subscribing, because on this channel I make valuable content. If you are a returning subscriber, please, I want to have your comment on this particular question. I will see you in my next video. Thank you very much and God bless.